we're gonna cut your head off.
It was pretty badass. Like,
though, if we do that here in the States, they're gonna look at us and be like, oh man, look at these savages.
Dude, Chris Smalls, who's like the Amazon strike leader, he took a guillotine out in front of Jeff Bezos's mansion.
Whoa. I
can't remember which one it was, but it was either like on the East Coast or the West Coast, but it was pretty badass. We covered it on the show here, but
yeah. I was disappointed when Bernie was like, oh, I'm not talking about that socialism, when he was referring to Venezuela and Bolivia, as if they're not fighting to accomplish a goal of having a full socialist society, right? So it's like saying like, oh, so Western socialism is superior. It's kind of like giving lenient, like it's like giving lenience to, oh, West is the best.
Yeah.
And we go into all these countries because these people don't know what they're doing, and we're trying to make it better for them. Like, we're trying to spread democracy.
Yeah, and it also just, like, when he said that, it, like, disregards all the work of, like, the socialist organizers in Venezuela that have spent decades building up this, incredible system of communes and satellite communes and, like, everything that was done under Hugo Chavez as well. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, disappointing, but not super shocking, unfortunately, coming from Bernie. But
yeah, the more you learn about the guy, it's not surprising.
Yeah. One question I want to leave off on here, because we don't have too much more time. I want to leave off on, I guess, what are the things that you get like most stoked about covering on your show? Because I know I have like mine that my audience knows that I love to do stories on, but like, what is it that kind of like gets you going when you're choosing your stories and stuff like that? Like, what should people expect if they're doing what I just asked them to do and going and subscribing to your channel?
Oh, that's a great question. I'm not really sure which particular topics I find most exciting. I'm still discovering that because I just started. I definitely felt a lot of energy calling out the synthetic left. Mm-hmm. I feel a lot of energy. Like, I feel really excited when I have like a great guest on who's going to teach the audience and myself about certain issues. I had Caleb Maupin on recently, and I felt really excited bringing together some things that. So he knows a lot about history. He knows about like the different factions in our government, and in our intelligence community. But there were some things that there are some puzzle pieces that were not connecting yet that I had learned from another channel called Latin American Vagabond.